What's going on, guys? King Shrats here, back into the video on the channel, and today it's Subway. If you don't know, Subway, I'm going to be fully transparent, but also going to not have any bias. Subway is one of my least favorite chains in the country. But recently, they have had this whole promotion. I've seen Patrick Mahomes and Steph Curry, and I think I've seen Justin Herbert too, saying that they've kind of revamped their subs. They've added more meat. They've got a lot of different options. So a lot of you have been asking. I've gotten DMs and stuff, man, and I went back. We got Subway. We got 3 sandwiches and a bunch of cookies in case these sandwiches aren't as good as I think. I also have my receipt. But again, even though I'm not joking when I say anything that I just said, these are all the cookies. I am going to be as non-biased as possible. 3 different sandwiches that one I know will at least be okay because I don't dislike their mid-ball sub. Yes, I said mid-ball sub, but at least I know that will be there. First things first, let's talk about the price. The price of these is an average of $14. 3 different sandwiches. One was $14.50, the other one was $13.50, and the other one was $13.99. Man, I remember when $5 footlongs were a thing. But that's just the way that it is these days, I guess. And I'm not going to complain. But let's go through these. I have one of each cookie, FYI. And let's get these started. This order came out to $48.13 with these cookies and these 3 sandwiches. $50 at Subway is insane. Please drop a thumbs up because somebody got to help me pay for this stuff. But let's get to these subs, man. Here we go. The first one that we got. Which one is this? Okay, this is their mid-ball. This is the stuck. This is the meatball and mozzarella. It is the number 6. There you go. Does that look like more meatballs to you? That is fresh mutz, though. It says it's fresh mutz. It is fresh mutz. I'm also going to say, this is a foot long, but this sub is skinny as hell. Like, it don't really look like it. Need to get in the gym. But if it tastes good, look, y'all can be the judges of this, man. Again, I'm going to try to keep this as non-biased as possible. So that is sandwich number 1. Behind door number 2. One of these sandwiches is massive, by the way. It's the biggest sandwich that they had. It might be this one, but I'm not sure. Nope, it's not. This is the rotisserie chicken with more garlic aioli than you should ever have on a sandwich. But I wasn't going to stop, man. I just let bro cook. So this is the garlic aioli. This one is called the Great Garlic. And what is on the Great Garlic? Rotisserie chicken, which everybody says you have to get. That's a big reason why I got it. Every time I get Subway, they always say you have to get the rotisserie chicken. But there's rotisserie chicken, double Monterey Jack cheese, bacon, and then you have roasted garlic aioli, and it's a toasted sandwich. Giant monstrosity. This sandwich is loaded even when he put the amount of proteins on here, it's loaded. Yeah, look at this thing. Jesus. He put way too much mayo on everything, but it is what it is. But this one's called the Beast. The Beast has pepperoni, salami, turkey, ham, roast beef, 2 times provolone. So there's double the cheese on here, and I got it toasted. It also comes with mayo and a MVP vinaigrette. MVP vinaigrette. I guess that's Steph Curry's thing. I don't really know. This was on the agenda today, as well as the cookies. Might as well get these out. We got every single one. So there's chocolate chip. There is double chocolate. I know there's a raspberry cheesecake in here and a white macadamia nut. Yep, raspberry cheesecake, macadamia nut, and of course the oatmeal raisin, which is all lined up right there. For desserts and other things, I have these. I'm going to try these too. I figure if I'm going to go with a place I don't really like, I might as well have some stuff that I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of. It just goes with the theme, right? So we have a Milano pumpkin spice. Pumpkin spice for me is very hit or miss. We'll find out if that is any good. And there was no way I was wasting my J. Tatum. So we got some ADs. And then last, one more thing is some campfire s'mores M&Ms. These actually, I remember having these. They're not mid. But, I mean, I had to have something in here. So this is like the decent section. But that's what it is, man. Let's try these sandwiches. Let's start off with the Beast. The Beast. Reminds me of the movie Sandlot. I don't know how many of you are old enough for that. But there's a ton of different proteins in here. Ham, salami, there's pepperoni, there's roast beef, 2 times provolone. It comes with mayo and an aioli. And I'm going to be 100% honest again. What really skeeves me out with all the Subways that I go to are like the toppings. They never look right. Like, everything looks like it's old and stuff. Like, so I didn't get, normally, even though I don't like lettuce, I do get like tomato and other stuff. And I just told him, I was like, hey man, just wrap it up. I'm just being, if y'all like that, y'all gonna have to extrapolate with this. I apologize, but I'm not trying to have a spit take on camera or anything like that. So this is the sandwich. It is absolutely loaded. This sandwich costs $15 though. That's like Jersey Mike's territory. So. I'm gonna be honest with you. Other than the fact there's entirely too much mayo on there, it's not bad. It's not bad. Now, not bad can mean two different things. The proteins seem 1,000 times better than the other 90 times that I've had. The the proteins seem 1,000 times better than the ones I've had before. They seem better quality. I can taste the flavor. Normally when I get Subway, it doesn't taste like anything. I don't think the sandwich tastes bad, but for $15, you're in like Jersey Mike's territory. And if I had to pick what sandwich from any of the chain places, so your Subways, you know, even like a Wawa, Jersey Mike's, Firehouse, you get the idea. That's not worth $15 compared to the other ones at a similarly priced price point. But you do get a lot of meat. It is better quality, like I said, than before. It's just still not like $15 good. Like $10, maybe. But $15, probably not. You get a lot of cheese in here, though. And again, if you gave me this sandwich, would I eat it? Yes. But I if you changed the name of this, I wouldn't pay $15 for that. Not when I can go to Wawa and get a sandwich that's $11 that has the same amount of better quality stuff and so on. When you start getting up into that price point to serve what you serve me, The other issue I have with Subway still remains true. Their bread doesn't really bring in the points. It's not the best. And again, I'm not comparing this to like a New Jersey sub shop. That's not fair. I'm comparing this to other chain sub places. This sandwich, better than they've done before. One of the highest ratings I've ever given a Subway sandwich. I would give that a 6.5 out of 10. But we still have two more to try. We're going to do this meatball sub, which comes, this is their new lineup again, so it has pepperoni on it, as well as fresh mozz. This is really fresh mozz. I saw it. Then, of course, their marinara sauce. Meatball subs at Subway are literally the only thing that I eat from here. If you told me, hey, you got free Subway, whatever, I usually will get myself a meatball sub. So this, I can't really see being bad, but I need to get a bite with this mozz in it. I think this is like $13. Wild. Again, that would be my favorite thing to get from there. I got an AD chip. I feel like people are going to think that I'm just being negative because I never liked it to begin with. But I need to say this again. Both sandwiches I've tried so far are a marked improvement on what I used to get. That's comparably to the other places. It's still not as good because the recipes haven't really changed. The meatball sub is what it is. It always, for me, was one of the few things from there that, okay, you're going to get it, cool. Give me a meatball sub, I'm cool. The biggest issue, and this is where I feel like a lot of these companies are just tone deaf, it's not what you're serving me. It still tastes the same. It's what you're charging me. And what Subway's ticket was, what they were popular for, was the fact that you can get a foot-long sandwich for $5. Nobody wants a $15 footlong. And if you have the audacity to serve a $15 footlong, that's your prerogative. What people want, and again, I'm not the end-all be-all when it comes to food or anything like that, but I talk to people about food all day. What most people want is a fair price. And right now, all of these places are charging unfair prices. It's decent. If I was looking at a sub-chain scale, I would give that a 7.5 out of 10. I don't mind their meatball subs, and I will give them credit for this. If you look at this mutz, it's not bad. That tastes like actual mutz. No debate. I would eat this again, but not for $15. It's really that simple for me. So, taste-wise, 7.5. Price to performance ratio-wise, probably a 4. But we have this great garlic, which has a garlic aioli on it. It has their rotisserie chicken. And again, the main reason I got the rotisserie chicken is everybody says that that's like one of their best things to get. Don't get the regular, get the rotisserie. So I made sure that I did. It looks like rotisserie chicken. There's skin on it. It's peeled off. I get what you're saying. The last time I had it, I thought it was mid, but we're trying everything again. Also comes with bacon and 2 times, so double the amount of Monterey Jack cheese. This sandwich was $14 for the footlong. I have hand wipes over there. I feel like this is a running theme at this point. That's way better than the first time I had it. The one thing I will say, again, they did up the price, but they did give you a lot of proteins compared to what they used to. These sandwiches I used to get never looked stuffed like this, and there was noticeably about 3 or 4 scoops of the chicken that he put in here. The aioli, compared to other places, better than the Quick Check that I had. Wawa still has better. Theirs is very garlicky, though. It just... It's a little oily. And aioli is, a thing. It's like a fancy mayo, but it almost seems more greasy than the rest of the other ones that I've had. And aioli's are greasy. So extrapolate that and say more grease than grease. That's crazy. But, again, if I felt like it was a fair price, I wouldn't be mad at that. I wouldn't be. This is one of those things, like, if you're closer and your market share was always like a fast food thing, and all of a sudden you're charging me premium prices, this doesn't feel like a premium sub. It feels like a respectable sub if I was getting it just because of what it tastes like. But I feel like it's the same thing again. The chicken isn't bad. It's a little bit salty, but again, it always was. It's packaged. It's not a big deal. That's not going to be carved off the bone. You get a ton of bacon in here and a ton of cheese. Cool. Never really liked their bread. Their bread is still what it is. So for that, is that a $14 sandwich? Nah. I'm just being real. So taste-wise, I would give that about the same as that beast. It would be in the 6.5 out of 10 category. I do like it, but I don't love it. And I got to love something to pay $15 for a sandwich. That's just my opinion. So price to performance ratio, once again, it gets a 3 this time. At least this one, I feel like it tastes better, so it brought it up just a little bit. But let's try the rest of this stuff. I got my ADs, which I barely touched, which is crazy. And everybody knows when you go to Subway, you get yourself a cookie. Everybody loves Subway's cookies. I love Subway's cookies. I'm just not going for a cookie, though. But this was perennially one of my favorite of their normal flavors. This is the raspberry cheesecake. When you get these fresh, they're like unbeatable. This one a little old. It's still soft, though. I love that tartness of the raspberry with that cheesecake, though, man. Subway cookies on a restaurant chain dessert scale, always going to be way up there. That's a 9.5, bro. There. I don't know. I seen a dude when I was ordering my food. He walked in just for the cookies. I know people do it. I don't blame you. If a Subway was like across the street from me, I'd do the same thing. I don't think you're crazy for that. You got the double chocolate, which doesn't make sense because there's white chocolate. Forget it. I mean, white chocolate is chocolate, right? This is good, man. Their cookies bang. They do. That's, man. How come, I don't know what they do to these damn cookies. It's dense, it's fudgy. I know that they're packaged, like the dough, but look, there's something in that packaging. I don't care what nobody says. That's a 9.3 out of 10. Oatmeal raisin, old man flavor. Let me see. It's got to be a good bite, though. Even the texture on this is crazy. Outside's crispy. Outside has a ton of raisin. Inside is soft and spiced well. What the hell, man? 9.6 out of 10. Chocolate chip, the OG. Let me get a little mid to wash this down. A little mid. aggressively mid. Like, you never heard anybody say that? Me either. That's the first thing I thought of, is aggressively mid. Like, the mid is so strong in that it's like, hey, man, we mid in here. Chocolate chip cookie, this is like everybody's favorite. Just don't hit like the other ones. Still good, though. The other ones are where it's at for me. I like this, but this is where it's at. I'll give that an 8 out of 10. And the macadamia nut, not the biggest fan of these. I like them, but I don't know why, but I don't like... I know somebody gonna say this is weird, but shut up, man, because I know what y'all finna do. Y'all like some 10-year-olds. I don't like large macadamias. Nuts. Macadamia. I don't like large macadamia nuts in my cookies. I'm putting macadamia in there. Alright? I think it's just like a texture thing. It's like I'm chewing looking for landmines or something. And somehow this tastes like lettuce. What's up? I'm not eating that, bro. That tastes like lettuce. They be having cross-contamination in there, bro. I don't care what nobody says. I'll give that a 4 out of 10. Normally, that cookie's better than that. I feel like I just bit lettuce. For people who don't understand when I say that, lettuce, to me, because I don't eat it, I don't really like it, it has a very strong... It feels like I'm eating a plant. And I understand, oh, it is a plant. I mean, like if y'all got a succulent in your freaking, on your kitchen counter. Like that kind of plant. It tastes to me like a flower plant. Not floral, but like I already know. I'm tired of over-explaining myself, bro. Milanos! So, the only Milano that I know is Alyssa. Liked her as a kid, man. Liked her as a kid. Honestly, if you were an adult on television in the 90s, I probably thought you were hot. Because I didn't know. I just thought all women were hot back then. Not saying Alyssa Milano isn't. She is. I like her. But anyway, Milano, pumpkin spice. I like regular Milano cookies. Don't really know how this is going to work on a pumpkin spice, but Pepperidge Farm is kind of underrated. They do their thing. So if I'm going to like something, I don't expect this to have that candle taste that I talked about before that some people didn't really understand. Some people said, oh, well, all pumpkin spice is artificial. Some pumpkin spice tastes like a freaking candle. And other pumpkin spice tastes like... That smells like a freaking candle. Other pumpkin spice to me tastes like pumpkin pie. It has the spices of pumpkin, which is what it's supposed to. But some of it is so aggressively artificial that it sucks. How's that? Is that better? See it? So they kept the chocolate in here, huh? Nah, they did the pie. They did the pie. They did the pie. This is better. It's still not great, but it's better. Here's the caveat with this one. Why did y'all not take the chocolate out? Pumpkin spice and chocolate, to me, don't match. When I got the pumpkin, I said, okay, well, I'm getting the cinnamon, the clove, the nutmeg, and it doesn't taste like artificial spices. It tastes like actual cinnamon, clove, and nutmeg. And it's not being hidden by other stuff. The pumpkin is in there. But as I chew into this, I get more chocolate, and then I don't want it. And that's what just happened with this. Yeah, honestly, if you would have taken the chocolate out, for me, I would have liked it a lot more. But that chocolate just turned me way in the wrong direction. Pumpkin spice, even in its best, is like a 7. So that's a 3. And last, here we go. Campfire s'mores, M&M's. And I will tell you this when it comes to M&M's. They, 9 times out of 10, whatever they say they're giving you, they nail the flavor. It just comes down to whether or not you like it. So, if it says campfire s'mores, most of the time, you will get a very distinct s'mores taste. Now, as long as they didn't change the recipe, which some people do, don't taste the same kind of thing, I can't see myself not liking these because I've reviewed these a few times and they come out all the time. I'm expecting around Halloween there will be an Ultimate Scream that comes out too. That'll be out. There's like 7 E's in it. So, nice little colors on them. So you get campfire s'mores. You should have, yep, so there we go. Got the orange, got the white, and we got the normal doo-doo brown. Layers. Let me talk to you. Layers. Bite into it. Marshmallow. Not just marshmallow. There's a hint of a toasted taste to that marshmallow. M&M's, they're very good with that kind of stuff. Then comes just like a graham, little layer. And of course the chocolate on the outside. It's there. There are layers. Let me see if I can get you a cross section. I messed that one up. I'm going to guess that there's some sort of graham coming from maybe like the chocolate mixture, but I would have liked the graham to just be a little bit stronger if I'm nitpicking, but it's there. So I'm nitpicking at that point. They're usually good at that. I like these, but I also feel like most s'mores things neglect the graham. When you buy a s'mores or make one, the sandwich part is a graham. It's just as important. You need all three for an elite s'mores. So they didn't get enough graham for me, but it's still there. So without being too nitpicky, I would still give those an 8 out of 10. At the end of the day, it is what it is. As I was doing this video, I feel like I've had this conversation and this semi-rant a lot, but I feel like because I have a platform that I know these companies watch. I know they do because I've received feedback in emails from companies without going too into detail because I'm not going to divulge that kind of stuff. Everything that I say when I'm doing these videos is not me trying to get any kind of special treatment from any company. I am doing the exact opposite of that. Some people have commented in the past, and I know most of you get this, but there's always going to be a select few. Some people think that I'm doing certain stuff because I'm getting paid to do it or because I'm trying to protect an image. And let me tell you this, let me make myself clear when I say this. One, I'm a lot of things, but a dishonest person would never be one of them. My mouth has gotten me in trouble my entire life, whether that's with teachers, coaches, my own family, girlfriends, you name it. Always. I have a problem. I've gotten better at learning how to shut up. But the only thing that I'll do when I know something that I say is going to ruffle too many feathers is nothing, meaning I won't open my mouth. But with this, let me just explain this to you. As a person who does this for a living, brand deals are very important to most people that work in the content space, whether you're a streamer, whatever. A lot of them rely on brand deals. I am doing the exact opposite thing that you would want to do as a food creator to get brand deals. Subway watches this video and hears me call them mid over and over again. They're not going to give me money to endorse their product. This is a big reason why a lot of food creators do not work in this space. They do mom and pop restaurants because when you do this, those companies won't go to you because they know that you're not going to lie. If Subway ever offered me any kind of deal, it would have to be so streamlined with purpose that it would have to be 100% transparent. Because I've put out into the space that I've called them mid and done last chances and think it would never work. Ever. So when you hear me say things like KFC's sides are trash or Popeyes is I've done brand deals with Popeyes. They know I've said these things. But it's not conducive to what you want. I have complained about Popeye's service over and over again, but I have openly said that it's still my favorite place. If they had great service, it would be the most transcendent fast food restaurant in the history of fast food, in my opinion. And they know that because they listen to my videos. But anyway, I digress. With that being said, I just want you to know if I say this, I mean this. These restaurants, more often times than not, are so out of touch, and I've said this already, but I have to say this again because I don't know if Subway ever would listen. If y'all watching, charging $15 for this is a travesty. That's not y'all. Some of these restaurants need to stop thinking that they're more than what they are. Subway is doing this because they have lost restaurants left and right over the last whatever years. Most people know the height of Subway, they have come back from having certain ambassadors that have certain allegations and still managed to weather that storm in the height of it and then managed to screw it up themselves. And they screwed it up because some people punch above their weight. You cannot charge people premium prices for a mid product. It doesn't work that way. You think it does, but that is why fast food sales of multiple places have gone downhill. It's not just because of the flavor of things you serve. People want fair price stuff. And something that I have always done when I do franchise restaurants is consider the price. It's why I have always been more leaning towards the side of pizza franchise places. It's a huge reason. Because to me, you can find great deals at those places because $6.99 for a 2-topping pizza, not pizzerias don't do that. Don't ever stray from that. Because if you do Papa John's, Pizza Hut, Domino's, Little Caesars, I will call you out. Little Caesars, I have called out multiple times for the fact that the reason people like Little Caesars is because y'all don't charge people a lot. Most people say, oh, well, I mean, look, listen, I'm not saying it's the greatest food, but for $5.99 for a pizza, now hot and ready, I'm here for it. McDonald's, same thing. People went to McDonald's because you got a consistent product, wasn't the best quality. Like, nobody believes y'all when y'all put out these advertisements where the sandwich looks perfect. I've been going to McDonald's for 20 plus years, bro. I've never received a sandwich that looks like that commercial. If y'all don't stop putting this glue mayo chicken sandwiches and thinking, oh, people go, oh, that looks good. We know good and hell well it's not going to look like that. We're not stupid. We go there because for me and for most people, I know it's not the dollar menu anymore, but the value menu no longer has value. When you charge people $3.29 for a double cheeseburger when it used to cost $1, but the streets don't forget that. I bet your numbers don't look like they used to because people aren't going to go for that. And companies have now started to try to angle things to make it look like you're getting a deal, but consumers are not that stupid. We'll stop going, and if we stop going, y'all ain't got no money no more. The reason that certain franchises do well is because they are charging either a good quality product or a fair product. And the reason Subway was so popular over the years wasn't because your sandwiches were better than any other place that serves sandwiches. That's ludicrous. It was because a $5 footlong couldn't be defeated. But all companies now, and it's not even just the food industry, the auto industry has done it, the tech industry has done it, the streaming industries have done it. What they are now doing is trying to increase the value by giving people a bunch of stuff that they didn't ask for and then telling them they need to pay more for it. We didn't ask for double meat. Regular meat is fine. I want regular price. Streaming services, Netflix, they've all done the same thing. We didn't ask y'all for all these freaking programs that nobody watches, bro. And then y'all just, hey, well, y'all sharing passwords? All right, y'all got to upcharge for that. Oh, we're going to up your price on. I don't want that. I just want what I had. Auto industry now, they all push their $80,000 cars. Oh, we're not, this company is getting rid of their sedans. We're only going to offer you trucks. This way, when they know you can't afford that $100,000 car, they're trying to get you on a $40,000 one that really used to cost $20,000. It's an angle. Starbucks has done it for years. They charge this much for a venti and this much for the grande because they know that you think the grande is a better deal. It's really not. And these places are continuously doing it. You're playing with fire because someone's going to come along and screw you. Ask Walmart. Walmart thought they were untouchable for decades until Amazon was like, we got y'all. Someone's going to beat you out of the punch. And people are forgetting that the main thing that drives any industry is the consumer. And when consumers no longer believe and trust you, Subway, you're not going to do the numbers that you used to do. People want transparent, and people want, this is what it's going to cost. It's fair. Every time I talk to more people in the food industry, the consumers that are watching this video, than you. Y'all doing polls with people that don't. All I do is talk food with people all day in comment section. When people tell me they don't like something, I ask them why. Because I have feedback now. Because I talk to some of these places. And they're losing that fact. When people say, oh, why you like Little Caesars? Oh, why do you like Subway, bro? $5 footlong, bro? You crazy? That's what people liked. Stop trying to tell people, we got premium products. Y'all are Subway, bro. There's 7 flies every time I go into Subway. We all know they're there. All right? Like, stop it. Get some help. Matter of fact, this is for you. This is for Subway.
Stop it. Get some help.
All right? Listen to the streets. The streets don't ask the movie industry, bro. Anybody go to the movies no more because they try to screw the actors over. And then at the last minute, they decided that it was a smart idea to start charging people $25 to go to the movies. What happened? Comic book industry movies are doing the exact same thing. You put out 7 shitty Marvel movies a year. That's why their numbers ain't doing what they used to do. Right? People say, oh, Marvel still did. Look at what the old numbers were. It peaked with Endgame. Now they just started to go quantity instead of quality. This is what's going to happen. Happen in every industry. Listen to your consumers. Stop paying Steph Curry to like, look, Jason Tatum, one of my favorite players, bro. He don't eat no Subway, bro. He ain't eating no Subway. We all know he ain't eating no Subway. Y'all just gave him a bag. All right? He might eat Subway, but I'm just telling y'all. It is what it is. Okay? You really want to put your money where your mouth is? Reduce your prices or up your product to the point that it's actually worth what it is. Because y'all in Jersey Mike's territory. And y'all ain't Jersey Mike's. I'm just going to keep it at that, man. But I had to say that. I know a lot of people might say I'm complaining. Understand something. This isn't complaining. This is me telling people what you guys tell me. I know companies use the term influencer, and I hate that term. But they used it inaccurately because I don't want to use my influence to influence you people watching the video. I want to use my influence to influence the companies that are putting out crap. That's where the influence comes in. They need to listen to the people who have their ear to the street. That's what they need to do. And that's where I want to use my influence. So when you guys tell me this is trash and I ask y'all why, understand. I'm listening to your feedback. It's not because I'm trying to be condescending. I'm listening to your feedback. And most people's feedback, with lack of better whatever it is, and you can play this in the Subway boardroom, bro. I'll go in there and sit down next to Patrick Mahomes. Subway, you fell off. Is it still edible? Yeah, but y'all listen, $13 footlongs ain't it, Chief. I'm just, like, that's it. I'm ranting, but again, I'm only ranting because these companies need to hear this so that you guys stop getting overcharged for crap. Not because I'm trying to look cool, not because I want to look edgy, not because I'm trying to say, oh, bro, cook. It's not that. I want y'all to get competitive prices, bro, and I actually have the ability to be in talk to some of these companies, talk to some representatives and things like that can echo this. So that's why I do it. So people that tell me I'm complaining, cool, man. You can say that. But I'm losing money on brand deals that I could have had if I sat here and lied my ass off and was like, oh, yeah, the mid-ball marksman. I don't want that. I ain't no $15 for that. But it would help. But I don't do it. So I'm nicer to mom and pop businesses, but corporations, nah, y'all need to get in line. But anyway, that's going to be the end of the video, man. Y'all can see how much I enjoyed these sandwiches. They're still edible, and I would still eat them, but I was talking. I really, that's my honest assessment, is they're better flavor. They really are. They're just way too damn expensive. Way too expensive. This is getting insane now. It's getting out of hand. It's just, you can go to the store, buy a whole loaf of bread, all these cold cuts, and make 14 sandwiches and still pay less than 15. That's crazy. So, we'll be back, man. Tomorrow, I'm going to see, going to the movies to see, Expendables I'm going to see. You guys liked my diner video, and that was an option that somehow I neglected in the past as far as a late night option, because when I go to movies, I don't get out till like 11. There's diners open late. So maybe instead of like doing just like Papa John, which I'm still going to do, I'll throw in some diners and stuff like that. I always look at analytics because it tells me what the people want to see. Not because I'm just doing it for views. As an audience, when you vote with your views and your comments and things like that. When I say, okay, a lot of people engage with this video, a lot of people like, I make more of it. So you guys like the diner video, I will keep diners in a rotation until you don't want to see diners no more. And then we'll go back, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of how I do things. But I love y'all, man. Again, I do this for y'all. I love y'all. I went to Subway and spent $50, bro. That's crazy in 2023. We'll be back. This same thing would have cost $20 back then. Tomorrow. More with the cookies. With the cookies, bro. 5 for each sub plus tax with the cookies would have been under 20. It's crazy. 2023, bro. I love y'all. More content tomorrow. They hand signs. They made it to YouTube. Y'all like my watch, bro? That's like that Odell Beckham. I don't want to tell nobody.